If you are looking to improve your nutrition, looking to improve your health, you've probably downloaded MyFitnessPal, and I am sick to death of linking other people's tutorials. So I'm going to make my own. Now, for anyone who's never even heard of MyFitnessPal, never mind actually used it, MyFitnessPal is essentially a digital food diary. It does the subtraction, the addition, the division, the multiplication. It does all of the maths for you. It is no doubt tedious to use at first, but just like with anything, the more you use it, the more time efficient and quicker you get at using it. Just like with Facebook. When you first downloaded it, you were probably joining pointless groups, adding all your friends as family members, poking people, and now the only thing that you use it for is to see whether people from your old school have become racist. You are now more time efficient. Now let's go through MyFitnessPal's pros. It is a fantastic tool to monitor your calorie intake, your macronutrition intake, i.e. protein, carbs, fats, your micronutrition intake, i.e. vitamins and minerals. And given how old the app is, people have been using it for literally over a decade. So the database of foods from all over the world is huge. 99% of the barcodes that you scan on the app correlate to accurate nutritional information. And if it doesn't, it is a community-driven app. So you can go into the app itself and input that data. Most restaurants, most fast food chains now have their entire menu on the app. And if you are someone who has very similar meals on repeat or you like to meal prep, the app creates a history for your data. So once you've put it in once, you can just repeat ad or block ad again and again and again. Time efficiency. Now the app does come with its cons. It's not a dietitian, it's not a nutritionist, and it's definitely not a personal trainer. So when the app tries to tell you how many calories you should be eating based on your height, age, weight, gender, activity level, it's incredibly inaccurate. The only person who should tell you how much you should be eating and what you should be eating is your coach, i.e. me. When you download MyFitnessPal and you open up an account, it's going to ask you all those questions. It's going to generate a calorie intake for you. It's going to tell you how much protein you should eat. It might even give you a few meal ideas. Ignore all of that. You're going to put your own targets in that your coach has set you, and you're going to disable the feature that tells you how many calories you should be eating back based on the amount of exercise that you've done. There is a premium version of the app, just like there is with every fucking app now. And there are many differences between them, but the one that I want you to focus on here is the ability to scan barcodes. So if I pull MyFitnessPal up now, and here I've got a protein bar, I go to snacks, add food, scan barcode, I'll get the barcode scanner to come up. I scan this one here, searching protein bar, white Oreo grenade. It tells me the macros for that food, it tells me the calories for that food, and I can log it easily. Now, if you don't have the premium feature, in order to do the same task, you would then go to snacks, add food, and then in the search bar, you would simply put the brand, so grenade, and you would put the product and the flavor. So protein bar, Oreo, white choc. First one that comes up, white Oreo protein bar, and you would add it manually from there. Is the ability to scan a barcode worth £15.99 a month? I personally don't pay it because I downloaded it nearly a decade ago, so I've bypassed that. For you, you're going to have to make that decision. It will definitely save you time. Here's how to set everything up. Now, once you've downloaded the MyFitnessPal app, you're going to want to click the three little dots at the bottom right where it says more. You're then going to want to click goals. And where it says calorie, carbs, protein and fat goals, click that. And then from there, you're going to put in whatever your coach has given you. So your calorie targets, your carbohydrate, protein and fat targets. So your targets are now set, and MyFitnessPal will tell you how many of each target you have left after you've tracked each individual food. Now, the second thing you're going to want to do, and this depends again whether you have the premium version or not, is you're going to want to disable the feature that tells you to eat the calories back that you've burned from exercise. Your MyFitnessPal app is very clever. It'll track your steps. It might even track some of the cardio that you do based on the health app from your phone. When it does that, it will then calculate a caloric burn for those exercises and will tell you to eat those calories back. Please, for the love of God, disable that option. If you have the premium version, you can disable it by, again, going into the more section, the bottom three dots at the right, clicking goals, scrolling to the bottom where it says exercise calories, clicking that and then disabling the feature. If you don't have the premium version, unfortunately, you cannot disable that feature. And when you look at your daily targets in the diary section, it will say your goal calories, it'll say the amount you've eaten, and unfortunately, it will add the exercise to that. So what you need to do is consciously subtract whatever those exercise calories are and make sure that you don't eat over what your initial calories were. So let's say your coach prescribes you 2,000 calories per day and your MyFitnessPal estimates that you've burned 500 calories a day. When you log onto your app, if you've eaten all your calories for the day, MyFitnessPal will then tell you you have 500 calories left to eat. Ignore that, okay? Stick to the calories your coach has given you and you'll be absolutely fine. Now, not all foods are going to have a barcode, obviously. You've got things like fruit, vegetables, maybe you buy your meat from a butcher, maybe all of your pasta is stored in a big weird jar and it's got no barcode on it. Still super easy to track. All you would do, get your weighing scales, and then whatever the food is, say you have a banana, obviously unpeel it, zero the scales. Normally I would cut it up and put it on something, but for sake of argument, 93 grams. Now when I type that into MyFitnessPal, the first serving size that it says is 1 medium. That's incredibly vague. 1 medium could be anything. So what you have to do is click serving size, scroll down to where it says 1 ounce, 1 gram, 1 pound, whatever unit of measurement it is that you're using. Click 1. So for me, I'm using grams. Go into the number of servings. And for me, this banana is 93 grams. So I'm going to put 93 servings, which comes out to 90 calories, 19.5 carbs, 0.3 fat, 0.7 protein. And if I wanted to create a meal with this, I would then zero the scales again. And let's say now I wanted to add some porridge oats or some cereal or whatever. I would pour that in to the same container. I'm going to consume 60 grams today. 63, who cares? And I would do the same. So this food actually has a barcode. So I'd scan the barcode there. Oh, great. Invalid barcode. Sorry, we couldn't find a match for this barcode. Perfect. You've got two options. Option number one, which is going to take a lot of time. It's up to you whether you want to put that effort in. You go below the search bar and in My Foods, you select Create a Food. And then you can manually input the brand name, the description of the food, the serving size that it displays on the packet, the amount of servings per container, and then you can manually input the calories, the protein, the carbs, the fats, all that stuff. Option two, which is much quicker, and this is the option that I personally use, I will go to the search bar, I will put protein macro, and I will manually input the protein for that food. So for the porridge oats, for one portion, it would be 4.8. I will then type in on the search bar carb macro. I will then look at the serving size, 22.4. And I will then put fat macro, which is 3.4. And for those oats, that is the food manually put in. For most foods, when you scan the barcode, there will be a match, but every now and again you might come across one like that. Another thing that's really important to note to maintain accuracy with your tracking is to note whether you're weighing things dry, wet, raw, or cooked. If you're cooking something like meat, like beef mince or chicken, you should always weigh it raw before you cook it, because the meat could lose moisture in the cooking process. It could also gain moisture from the potential oils, butters, sauces that you're cooking it in. Similarly, with your carb sources like potatoes or pasta. Pasta obviously doubles in size when you boil it in water, so it retains that water and therefore increases in weight. Potatoes lose their moisture and they lose that starch when you bake them or when you boil them, so they might decrease in weight. So in order to maintain consistency with tracking, always weigh it as pre-cooked. I think if you are new to MyFitnessPal, there is no way that you can accurately estimate the sizes of the portions that you're consuming. So you need a food scale. Digital ones are always best. If you try to guess the weight of foods without using a food scale, even me, someone who's been doing this for nearly a decade, I would still probably be out by about 300 to 400 calories throughout the day. And that is the difference between being in a calorie surplus and gaining weight and being in a calorie deficit and losing weight. So why leave something up to chance when it takes about 2 seconds extra to just put it on a scale? Electronic food scales are piss easy to use. Okay, you put your batteries in, and when you turn it on, it should say 0. Whether you're weighing in grams, whether you're weighing in pounds or ounces if you're a paedophile, you zero it, and every time you want to put an ingredient in, so I'm going to put Biscoff into this bowl of oats, drop it in, yoink, cool, 13 grams. Now, let's say I want to add some protein powder to that. Press the 0 button, so it goes back to 0. Yeah, a scoop of protein. God, I haven't got much of this left. Cool, 29 grams, and then 0 it again. And every time I want to add another ingredient, I literally just press 0 in between, right? Pressing that one button takes 2 seconds. So across an entire meal, weighing out your food might have taken 15 seconds more than it would have not weighing it. So when you tell me, I don't have time to track my food, I don't have time to weigh my food, you do. Yeah, 100% you do. You just need some scales. It's that easy. Tracking your food, tracking your calories, weighing things out can seem really tedious. But it's a skill at the end of the day. Using MyFitnessPal is a skill, and the more you do it, the quicker you're going to be at it. It seems so far away right now because no one else does it. You're not really taught to do it as a kid. It seems really weird because you are the only one doing it. But at the end of the day, using MyFitnessPal, weighing your food will be the difference between whether you're consuming too many calories or too little, enough protein or not enough. And those metrics are going to be the difference between whether you achieve the body you want, achieve the fitness goals that you want, or you don't. So you either get over that hurdle, start using it, start getting good at it, or you don't achieve your goals. It's as simple as that.